Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a minute, but I'm really glad to be back here with you guys and creating new content for this channel. Today is a very special day, if you couldn't tell because of the balloons behind me. It is my 30th birthday, so I wanted to do a vlog this entire week. It's also the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm really excited because my family's here from Venezuela, so it's gonna be like a big family reunion. And yeah, I just wanted to film this entire week. I also have a girls' dinner on Friday in Charlotte, so I'm going to be sharing a little bit of today, a little bit of Thanksgiving, and a little bit of my girls' dinner this Friday, and I hope you guys enjoy. So I want to start off by sharing 10 things that I learned in my 20s. It is now the end of that chapter, and I'm starting off a new decade, a new chapter in life, and I'm excited to start my 30s. I'm excited to see what the future holds, but it's also good to remember what you've learned in the past, and that's what I want to remind myself, like, don't trip over the same mistakes, and really learn from your mistakes, and that's the best way to mature, the best way to continue growing. So the first thing that I could think of as I was like meditating on this last night was something that I learned that I really needed to learn was to know how to say no. N-O. I had issues with saying no to people. It's like, I guess I was a pretty big people pleaser, and I still deal with this today, to try to remember that I can't overextend myself for others, because another thing that I learned, which is another point, is to prioritize yourself and know how to establish boundaries. If you're saying yes to everything, you're not going to be saying yes to the things that matter the most to you. So even if it does sometimes offend others, you have to prioritize yourself and your mental health and know how to say no. Don't miss out on opportunities based on what people are going to think, or anyone, because honestly, people do come and go. As sad as it is, people come and go, and if you're saying no to opportunities that you really want simply based on, let's say, a relationship, especially in your early 20s, you're probably going to regret that. So I'm glad that I learned how to take opportunities. Like, it's so important, especially for young women, to not say no to certain opportunities. And I honestly have my points in my notes on my phone, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but those are 3 so far. And point number 4 of what I learned in my 20s was that God is going to open doors for you, and all you have to do and all you have to worry about, and not even worry about, is putting Him first. Remembering your priorities. At the top of your list, or at the top of my list, my priorities are God, my family, my husband, myself as well, and then everybody else, everything else, anything that I can help with, because I do like to help others, but I have to keep my priorities straight, because like I said, if you're a people pleaser, or if you have those tendencies, you want to be able to be like, yes, I want to help you, I want to do this, or, oh, you invited me here, yes, I want to go. But like, remembering your priorities, and first and foremost for myself would be to put God first. And if you're putting God first in your life, and you're seeking Him, and you're not worried about everything else, you're simply focused on your relationship with God, everything else will come to pass, everything else will manifest itself. And there are different ways that people say this now. Some people say, oh, I pray. Some people meditate. Some people speak into existence. And again, some people pray. But at the end of the day, like, focusing on your relationship with God is just such a great way of allowing Him to manifest everything, and letting Him move and show Himself in your life. And I've seen that more recently, especially throughout the pandemic. We were forced to reevaluate our priorities, and that really helped me to focus on my relationship with God. And I've seen so many great things throughout this time. One of them being obviously getting married, and another one of them was an opportunity that came from just posting TikToks and seeing growth on there, and seeing the opportunities that have come from that. And all of this, just came around the same time. And I obviously have to credit that to God, because I know that when I started focusing on my relationship with Him more than anything else, everything else came to pass. And another thing that I learned is exactly how the Bible says it, like his ways are higher than your ways, they're greater than your ways. Sometimes we want our way, and sometimes we're used to getting our way, but we can't always have it our way, and we have to trust that God knows what he's doing in our lives. And throughout my 20s, I had some highs, and obviously I had some lows as well. You just have to keep a hold of the promises that God makes in the Bible and make them yours and trust that he knows what he's doing. And that's obviously something to keep in mind, not only in your 20s, but as you go into your 30s, 40s, 50s, for the rest of your life, trusting that he knows what he's doing in your life. And another thing I learned, and it's something that I learned when I was about 27, was that, if you don't like something in your life, you have to do something about it. If you don't like your job, then quit. You have to find something else, find something that you like. And once you start doing that, you're going to see a shift in your entire life, because one little thing can really affect the rest of your life. One little thing can affect your whole mood every single day. So if there's something that you don't like, take action and do something about it. It's something that I learned that, even if you're not qualified for something, go for it anyway. Even if you don't have the resume for something, or again, with the job example, if you think that you just can't, you just don't know, you don't have the qualifications for it, it doesn't matter. Try anyway, knock on all the doors. And that's something that I learned from my mom, because she would, since I was a teenager, she would tell me, apply to those colleges. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're not going to make it, just do it. And I am quite an overthinker. And in my teens, I was pretty scared to take risks. And in my 20s, I learned how to overcome that fear. And I guess one of the greatest examples of that in my 20s was studying for the bar. There were moments where I felt like I wasn't qualified, even though I had, graduated law school like everybody else who was taking the bar. I felt like, how they say imposter syndrome is real, and you can't let those insecurities and those fears keep you from your potential and keep you from fulfilling your potential. And I'm really glad that I was able to overcome that. So don't let those insecurities affect you. Go for it, no matter what. And point number 9 is something that we're obviously told a lot, which is love yourself. And it's easy to love yourself when you're feeling good, but you have to learn how to love yourself when you're not feeling so good, inside and out. And, we're constantly changing, externally, internally. We are constantly evolving. And I guess the best example to say this is externally, especially as women. We are always changing. We're not going to be the same as we were when we were teenagers, and thank God, because I feel like sometimes the glow up is even better as you get older. So don't worry about your appearance as much. We're going to be changing, and we have to learn how to love those flaws. And honestly, I felt like at a certain point in my 20s, I was good and I was very confident with my body, and I still am, but there are things that continue to change in your life. Like I have these scars on my knees that I got a couple years ago, and it's something that I have in my mind every now and then. But no matter what happens to us externally, and in the future when I have babies and give birth and postpartum, I've learned so much from reading online from other strong women out there who are also teaching themselves and teaching others how to love themselves. No matter what your body goes through, no matter what you go through emotionally and mentally, learn to love those broken parts of you, because at the end of the day, you are stronger because you've been through all that you've been through. And lastly, the last thing that I'm gonna share with you guys about what I learned in my 20s is to surround yourself with people who accept you and people who see you. And that's great, because on those days when you can't love yourself, or you feel like it's hard to love yourself, when you're around people who love you and who support you, who want to see the best for you, they're gonna help you in that area, and they're gonna give you those words of affirmation. And my love language is quality time. The top 2 are quality time and words of affirmation. So I'm a big person who needs affirmations in my everyday life. And I'm very, very, very happy that I have a husband who affirms these things to me, and I have friends who constantly support me, and sometimes I feel like they believe in me more than I even believe in myself, and people out there who I may not know in person but are constantly out there sending me positive messages and motivating me. Like, I thank you guys so much, because honestly, you guys have helped me boost myself even more inside and out, and I'm just so thankful that God has put people in my life like that. And, you know, if you're watching this and you're one of those people, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm just reflecting on so many things today, and I'm very, very grateful, because I feel like I've accomplished a lot of the things that I wanted to accomplish in my 20s, and I'm getting all emotional just talking about this while I'm here alone with Ollie in the room. But I just want to thank you guys so much, because honestly, I couldn't be here without you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna finish getting ready, and then I'm gonna go to dinner with my family, and I'm really excited to show you guys whatever I can capture. I might forget to record some things, but I'm gonna try to record as much as possible. And here's little Ollie. Let's see if I can get him in the shot. There he is. Ollie, you want to say hi? He's like trying to figure out who I'm talking to. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Oli, ¿qué pasó?
que si pueden esperar a Adri, que viene en camino antes de orar.
Bien.
También te pido que les guardes y les des salud. Te damos gracias por todas las bendiciones, por guardarnos con vida en medio de esta pandemia, Señor. Gracias por la fortaleza que nos das. Gracias por reunirnos, aunque vivimos en diferentes países. Gracias porque tú, Señor.
Perrito. Yaguito, mira, perrito. Yaguito.
We don't want anything to catch on fire.
Did you get me?
Move the balloon back a little bit as her. God bless him.
Ok, 1, 2 y 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. ¿Están ustedes ahí? Happy birthday, dear Raquel. Happy birthday to you. Cumpleaños feliz. Te deseamos a ti. Cumpleaños, Raquelita. Cumpleaños feliz. Make a wish, make a wish. Otra vez, papá.
Sí, es aquí. Coming around. Buen provecho.
Thanks for you.
Thank you. So I had a great time at my birthday dinner with my friends, and I'm so excited because today the party continues. We're gonna see Shirley and Hugo get married, become one, and I'm so excited. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Ah.
We're table 9, table 9.
Junior.
Table 9. We are, yeah.
Table numbers.
Hugo y Shirley, feliz matrimonio para ustedes. Les deseo mucha felicidad y que la bendición del Padre y la del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo repose siempre sobre su unión. La pastora Verónica, les amo.
Ven. Bye.